I am a son.
I'm a friend.
I'm a student.
What I wear doesn't give consent.
We are scholars.
I am a neighbor.
I'm a sister.
I'm a daughter.
I'm not alone.
Imagine you're a 14-year-old girl. Most 14-year-olds are playing sports and getting ready for high school with their best friends. But you're in a relationship with a boy who claims to be 17 years old and he promises to be with you forever. The future is looking bright with him as he makes promises that you'll find out that he won't keep. He forces the idea of having sex with you and lies about everything. In reality, he's 29 with a baby and a wife. You fall for the idea that you will be together forever. Imagine that you are young and naive and you put your trust into this one person. One day you open the door and the FBI tells you that he's a sexual predator. Now imagine all you can think about is the time that you spent with him and how he betrayed you and how you put your trust into someone who was lying and sexually assaulting you.
Imagine you're 5 years old and your mom signs you up for playgroup. At playgroup, one boy seems to express interest in hanging out with you alone. So of course you go over to his house because, you're only 5 and you're naive. When you get to his house, he'll ask you to play doctor, which seems like a fun game because you want to be a doctor when you grow up. But then he tells you that you must take your clothes off in order to play doctor. And then before you even know it, he starts violating you. You're only 5 years old. You can't even imagine that this is happening to you. You imagine that this pain will maybe last 1-2 days, but you never would have guessed that this pain would have followed you for 10-15 years and maybe your entire life. You'll never spend a day, a night not thinking about this and not waking up in a cold sweat because this boy violated you at 5 years old. Most 5-year-olds are learning how to write and draw, but you were forced to grow up way too fast because one boy decided that your life was worthless.
Imagine your dad walks into your room. It's just like any other night, just like any other kid. He kisses you on the head and he tucks you into bed. But imagine your dad isn't like other dads. His stares last longer, his hand lingers. The man who is supposed to protect you and support you is the man who is stripping you of your innocence. And from behind closed doors. It's not because how you, a 5-year-old, dresses or acts. Your naive giggle and nightgown do not make you ask for it. Imagine you are 5, but you don't know this is wrong. You don't know who to tell or what to do because you aren't knowledgeable enough to know what's going on is wrong. But it's also because your dad's not alone. Your neighbor's doing the same thing to you. Imagine the men in your life, the people who are supposed to protect you and be a source of love and hope, are the men sexually assaulting you every single night. Imagine.
Imagine being a 17-year-old going to a party, having fun with friends, drinking, dancing, counting down to the new year. Midnight strikes and everyone is going home. Walking out the door, but you remember that you left your stuff in your friend's room. So you go up to their room and anticipate it will only take 2 minutes. Grab your bag and go. But someone quietly sneaks into the room. Too drunk to say stop, they are touching you, kissing your neck, grabbing your hair, putting their hands up your skirt. Helpless, you stand there waiting. But you finally get the courage to elbow them and run. Run as fast as you can with no regard to anyone. That's all you think about, running.
Imagine you're a young boy and you're chosen to be an altar boy with 3 of your greatest friends. What you thought was going to be one of the greatest and most rewarding experiences of your life actually turned out to be a living nightmare. Confessionals turned into priests taking advantage of you. Going into a supply closet was made into a power move. Religion was misused and held over your head. Priest power held you in silence and filled you with guilt. Since you have been convinced the actions of priests is your fault and telling anyone is a sin. You are a young boy and you don't know this is wrong, since how could a priest ever do anything wrong?
Imagine.
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 Who are you?
Imagine.
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 Imagine. Imagine.